Welcome back to Toronto Motorsports Park for another of our track test videos. Today's victim is this NB Miata with something a little special under the hood. This is Lander, everyone, who drove up here all the way from Miami because he wanted to come play with us.
Yes, sir.
He saw us building our Miata and he thought, I got something that you guys might like to try out. And he was right, because I do like me some VTEC, and you fixed this Miata's lack of horsepower with something a little special under the hood. Bam! We got us a K24 swap. And you've obviously gone with what you described as the path of least resistance.
Yes, sir.
Using the K Miata kit.
Yep, easy to put in and pretty much plug and play almost.
So you installed it yourself?
I put the motor, transmission, adapter plate. I put all the major components in.
Yeah.
And then I got some help from a few friends of mine with wiring and custom work.
Okay, so who did all the custom welding? Because it's really nice quality stuff.
Yeah, the intake, the oil catch can, all the nice little pieces that you see are from Curtis _ Motion. He's a real good guy. Whatever you want, he'll make it happen. Like you can see the expansion tank.
Oh yeah, you tucked the expansion tank under the nose here. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a shame you can't see it because it's pretty dope.
Yeah, and the engine itself, it's just a stock K24 out of like a TSX.
It's a 2008 TSX K24 A2, and
okay.
I only did the cam gear.
Okay.
And the headers from K Miata and the intake from Curtis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've obviously dyno tuned it with a Honda K Pro, I would assume?
Yep. Yes, sir.
And what kind of power did it make?
It made 223 horsepower and 187 foot-pounds.
Okay. It sounds right on the money for a K24.
Yeah.
And the mounts and the whole under cradle obviously is K Miata. Adapter plate to what gearbox?
It's the 6-speed from the 99 to the 25th anniversary edition Miata.
Oh, so it's a Miata 6-speed. Because a lot of these swaps go to, what is it, like the 5-speed get trags?
Yeah,
kind of stuff?
Yeah, a lot of people put the get rag because they want to do a turbo or a supercharger or maybe nitrous.
Yeah.
And they hold a little bit more power. Okay. But I like NA power, so I keep it like this.
And you can always make lots more NA power with this motor if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, and still keep the 6-speed.
You were talking about maybe ITBs in the future.
Yes, high compression, yeah.
Well, you'll have to make another trip up here when you build the motor, but in the meantime we should also talk about the suspension. You've gone with the Super Miata, what are they called, Zeta?
Zetas, yeah.
Zetas?
Yeah, the racing ones.
And you're really happy with them?
So right now I'm extremely happy because they're, believe it or not, they're pretty comfortable for the street. And I got it with no helper spring as well.
And they're what, 8K front, 5K rear?
800 pounds in the front and 500 in the back.
Oh, 800 pounds front, 500 pounds rear. That's very different than K. Okay,
yeah.
That's a pretty aggressive setup. That's a true race setup, isn't it? And what about sway bars?
Sway bars, the racing beat and the factory one in the back.
Okay.
Adjustable end links too.
And wheels and tires, it looks like you've gone with the classic 6 ULs.
Yeah, I got the 6 ULs with the RE71s, which I'm in love with.
It's a heck of a tire, isn't it?
Yeah, I love those tires.
Super sticky. We should mention Lander's an autocrosser, so that you really built this car for autocrossing, didn't you?
Yes, sir, yeah.
And you're planning maybe to do some HPDE, track day type stuff with it as well?
Yeah, in the future, that's why I put the big brake kit on it, because I want to do more track days with it.
So it's got the Willwood big brakes on it?
Yeah, 6 piston front, 4 in the back.
Inside, you've gutted it. You've taken a lot of weight out of this car. How much did you say it weighs now?
I weighed it at 2,060 pounds.
2,060 pounds. That's going to be pretty darn quick with 223 wheel horsepower in it. Inside is all business. There's nothing there except a racing seat and a steering wheel.
That's it. That's all you need.
Out back, did you change anything with like the differential or the gear ratios or anything like that?
No, it's a 4.3 in the back, and that's it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Well, I think that's it for our chat then. It's time for me to put on my lid and take this thing for a proper rip. All right, guys, I'm in Lander's K24 powered 99 Miata, same year as our Miata. So this will kind of maybe give me and all of you a taste of the future if we are to continue to develop our Miata. Maybe a K-swaps in its future. I should mention that ergonomically, I'm not in the best position in the world. Lander and I are obviously different sized guys. He's at least as tall as I am, but he's got long legs and a shorter torso. So I'm stretching to get the pedals, but I sit tall in the seat, so I'm a little scrunched in here, but whatever, it is what it is. So I'm only gonna take it for a rip to give you guys a taste of what the K Miata life is all about. Track manager Mitch is laughing at me. All right, I'm out of here. Let's do this. kind of big and in my lap. I wouldn't mind having a smaller steering wheel in here. This is a 360 mil. If it was my car, I'd probably go down to a 330. Pedals are really nice for heel and toe though. I put on my serious shoes. Wow, this thing is quick. And it's quick. I can't wipe the smile off my face because it's just so nice. How quick this car is. This thing's a rocket ship, I love it. Steering, so catching the slide's a little bit of work, but a little bit of push there. Well, I've never had to work that hard in my whole life for a single hot lap, and that's all I got was one hot lap in with a 120.4, which I feel okay about. It wasn't the cleanest lap in the world because I was out there battling traffic. It's a busy night here at TMP, and that's just the way it goes on a lapping evening like this. But what an amazing car that is to drive. The combination of Honda power in a lightweight rear-wheel drive chassis, it's like an S2000 that's just like shrunk down 20%. And speaking of S2000s, it's very close to our badass 2000 on lap times. I think the best I've ever done in that car is like a 119.1, and this is definitely a 119 car on a cleaner lap than I got in there. I was in 4th gear through turn 1 where I probably should have been in 3rd. It wasn't a great lap, but it's good enough under the conditions, and I feel okay about it. But more importantly, K-swap your Miata, everybody, because it's just the right engine and the right chassis. It's the right thing to do. And if you need help and you live in the Miami area, Landry would like to say that his friend Curtis_Motion was a huge help building this car, so go look him up if you're in the Miami area. And if you live up here, then I don't know where to go for a K-swap Miata. Maybe Enviado, they build everything. We're not going to build one for you, but we might build one for ourselves, because wow, that thing is an absolute hoot to drive. My only complaints, and this is just me, because I'm not the same shape and size as Lander, is that it is a tight fit in there for me. I'm kind of stretching to the pedals. The steering wheel is a little big for me. Love the gearbox. The 6-speed Miata gearbox is a killer setup with that engine in there. I wouldn't change anything about that. I mean, I would just try to get the seat lower, and I would get myself a little closer to the pedals and put a smaller wheel in there, and I'd be ergonomically perfect. Pedals were awesome for heel and toe. It's, as you would expect, a super engaging car to drive. So thank you very much, Lander, for driving all the way up here from Miami. What a legend you are to come all the way up here to let us drive this car, and we're looking forward to you coming back next year when you put that built motor in there with ITBs and maybe a sequential gearbox for me next year. Thank you very much. Power steering.